I'm at 1273 Ida Street in Mount Adams, Cincinnati, Ohio, doing a sanitary lateral inspection for the purchase of a home. Mainly what we're looking for is, structural issues, maybe root intrusion, stuff like that. The sanitary lateral does go out the rear, and so our access point is a clean out in the back patio, back walkout, and so it is cast iron. I expect it to have a sweep or a directional clean out, meaning it's probably going to force me to go downstream, which just means we won't be able to inspect the interior piping. It's relatively normal for old cast iron lines for the clean out to be installed this way, but we'll see here shortly. Yep, as you can see, as we're looking down, it looks like you're hitting dry pipe, and then it turns it and goes out and forces you to go downstream. Now, we did get a map, and it does show that the line is, they're only responsible for the line up until about 24 feet from the main, and so it looks like it immediately switches to clay right when we get out of the clean out, and then goes into, looks like it goes into PVC. So this may have already been replaced. This looks like SDR 35, and so as we drop, should have some pretty large drop-offs. There's a retaining wall behind it, and the street behind is pretty far down. But the good news is it looks like this has all been replaced. You can also tell in the bottom left-hand corner the angle that the camera is sitting at, so the pitch of the pipe. So it looks like this entire line has been replaced before, so that's great news.
That is great news.
No issues at all. So we're 45 feet from the clean out, and we're dropping into the main. Looks like even the main has either been lined or replaced. It's definitely not clay. With that white, it's either been, I believe it's been lined. Normally this would be a green PVC if it was PVC main. And so this has probably been lined at some point. There is a lot of trees down there, so I would assume that they probably came through and lined it.
How deep are you? Estimation?
I have no idea.
There were a couple significant drop-offs too.
Yeah, the only way I would know what the depth is if I was able to get down there and locate it.
Yeah.
So, but the good news is that this line is as good as it can get.
Yeah.
It's been replaced with SDR 35, so it's been within the last 30 years.
Okay.
So
at what point does it change?
Right outside the clean out.
Okay.
It changes from cast iron. Has one short piece of clay, and then it goes into SDR 35. So probably right off the back porch. It is probably where they dug it up. You probably left it just underneath, and
there's a seam here. Maybe this one was replaced.
it looks like as we come up. Let's see here. So I'm gonna pause the video for 1 second and we'll take a look at this. Alright, so the line looked great. No issues whatsoever. Of course, you do have cast iron on the inside, which, if we look here, you'll be able to see where that, and so no worry about what looks like, that separation there. That is the connection between the the clay and the PVC, they have to use a rubber coupling for that, or a Firmco. So they tend to have a little bit of, where they tend to move just a little bit there, but it all looks good. It's a nice connection. And then we are in cast iron. Cast iron, I do want to note, I like to put a note on all mine that cast iron is more likely to have soft clogs, which is just, too much toilet paper, or wet wipes are a big no-no for cast iron, just because because cast iron rusts, and so it creates a really rough edge on the interior of the pipe. So it's a lot easier for things to catch and build up. They're usually easy to clear, but a lot of times it's excessive toilet paper or something will get kind of build up. And so with toilet paper, though, it will break down under the water and it'll turn to nothing. With the wet wipes, they don't break down. They should not be flushed, even if they say flushable. They cause a lot of problems. And so I always like to note that with the cast iron. And since we were unable to inspect the interior lines, it's the only way to go. The only access is in the back patio, and it does only go downstream. We were only able to inspect the downstream side, but it looked wonderful. It's all been replaced, and so that's always good news. It's been replaced with SDR 35 PVC the whole way out to the main, and so no worries, no structural issues. All the connections look nice and tight, so everything looked great. So that'll end the inspection at 1273 Ida Street in Mount Adams, Cincinnati, Ohio.